Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Welcome to the start of another week from beautiful Jamaica. All right, you guys, I'm going to wait for you all to join me. I'm really excited about what we're going to share today and looking forward to seeing your comments and what it is that you guys have to share. If you're joining us, could you go ahead and just type in the comments so I can see that you guys are here because I'm using a little different technology and that kind of tells me you guys are seeing and hearing and everything's going fine. So, hey, Lisette, mwah, good morning. And as you know, here in the Money Family, we greet each other to start the day, to start the week. This is our kind of like our, I say our inspirational coffee time. Usually on Mondays, I actually don't need any coffee before I come and do this. This is like my first douse of coffee, and then I go drink a cup later on. So I love that I get to be with you guys. And I especially love, as you know, that I get to be with you from my mom's garden in Jamaica. So I'm going to take myself out of the way so you guys can see her beautiful orchids and rose bushes and all the things that are all beautiful, and you would not want to see what we've had to do so you all can get the view. So please enjoy it to the max. Hey, Suzanne, good morning. Love starting the week for me. I like that. Suzanne says she loves starting the week with me being in Jamaica. I think, Suzanne, can we manifest that? Can you manifest that for me? That we start every Monday. Maybe that's what I should do. I should like spend my weekends in Jamaica and travel back to Florida Monday afternoons or something, so we can do Facebook Live from here. Um, all right. So now that, thank you for loving my mom's flowers. She really, this is her heart and soul. She loves her garden. I don't think I'm going to be here long enough to show you all of it, but I'm going to try. So I wanted us to talk about the sky being the limit. And by the way, I think I've said this the last 2 weeks. Here in paradise, you get to hear all the sounds, the birds, the crickets, the cars driving by, all of it. So just be loving and enjoy it all. And imagine that you're all sitting here in my mom's garden and getting to hear it all too. Hey, Glenda, good morning. Glenda says she's manifesting her weekend in Jamaica, right? That's what I want to talk about. Hey, Denise, mwah, from home. All right, you guys. So I'm going to jump on. Good morning, Curtis. I'm going to jump into this conversation. And one of the things that I want to say is, traveling for me makes me so expansive. And I realize that this is a thing, and I create the time and the opportunity in my life to travel so that I can experience this expansive state. So I want to start off this morning. I was thinking about sharing that with you, and I want to start off by asking all of you, do you know what does that for you? So for some people, it's just, a day trip to the beach. For others, it's just sitting in a quiet, beautiful place. For me, there's something inherent in traveling and feeling free and being in the mountains and being able to just be on my own and do just be. And it's like I have direct access to God and the universe source. I get all my downloads, and it's like every time I do it, I morph into the next version of Tasha. So if you watch my life, you'll see me taking the time to do this. For example, at Christmas, I went to Costa Rica. Yeah, I wanted to go to a beautiful place, but I was very intentional about why I was doing that. I recognized that I was at the point where um, the next level was calling me, and I can't access it just sitting in my home, making breakfast, doing lunch for the kids, doing the school drop off, getting on and doing my videos. Like, I just can't. I have to get out of my everyday space to be able to access that. So, Trisha says, nature's direct connection to God. Hey, Trisha, mwah, love you from Jamaica. All right. So, I think you guys know I'm in Jamaica by now. So, I wanted to, just really inspire you all to think of what does that for you and to make the time and the space to go get that connection, because you're taking away an opportunity for you to access the next level of yourself if you're not making the time and space to get to it. um, my beautiful aunt that lives here in Jamaica sent me a message recently, and she says, I want to do what you do. I just want to get up and make a plan to go wherever. And she was basically asking, how do you do it? And I thought that was so intriguing. My response was, just go do it. Like, just do it, right? Whenever you have that feeling, it's the next level of you calling and saying, come on, come on. I want to connect with you. So just go give it the opportunity to connect. Okay. Madeline says, can you repeat the question, please? The question I asked is, I was sharing that when I travel, I become more expansive. It's like Trisha said, I have a direct connection to God that I honestly don't get this level of connection when I'm just at home in my daily routine. And I'm very, very, very clear for me that when I travel and I have space and I can go to the mountains and just be doing whatever I want to do, being however I want to be, like this access to this level of freedom, I especially get it when I'm in nature and in settings that I find beautiful. I know that's how I get that connection. So my question was, what does that for you? Do you know what does that for you? And are you making time and space to do it? Okay, now that being by the water, Karen says. All right. So now that we've talked about that, the conversation this morning is around the sky is the limit. And being here, something interesting happened. As you know, life gives me content, right? So I was here last week, right after the live, and sitting around doing my thing. And I sent a message to my guy and I said, hey, obviously, you guys have seen he was here for a while with me in Jamaica and he's back to work. And I sent him a message and I said, hey, what do you think about taking a month off to travel and be with me next summer? Now, because I always take, anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks off every summer, I make the time. I know this is my thing, so I make the time to do it. Can you imagine 6 to 8 weeks off just being in paradise, anywhere that's beautiful? So I figured that out for myself and I've manifested a life that allows me to do that. So I said to him, hey, what do you think about taking a month off? And his response was, a month? Wow. And in that moment, I knew I needed to have this conversation because what he was expressing was, I can't even imagine a month of vacation or a month of just being right. And I was like, wow. Where for me, I'm at 6 to 8 weeks and I'm asking myself, how can I make it 3 months? I'm like going to the next level. And I saw in that moment what it's like to be in the experience of um, just a limit, just looking at something in your life and thinking, wow, that's just beyond achievable, right? Or just beyond possible. So Susan says 6 to 8 weeks away. Yes. So that was my inspiration for this talk. And if you've seen my ads or gotten the email, it says the sky is the limit. And I grew up with well meaning parents, well meaning teachers. Maybe some of you can relate to this saying where it was like, as long as you work really hard, the sky is the limit, which meant you get access to a greater life. As long as you work really hard, the sky is the limit. And the conversation I want to have this morning is to really challenge all of us, myself included, because when I'm here and I have this much space and time, all of my limits get challenged, right? And so, what I'm curious about for all of you is, like, for example, the amount of time we take vacation. Growing up, I thought you have a corporate job and you get 2 weeks vacation, and that was amazing. And if you negotiated 3 weeks vacation, like, you had arrived. And so, who created that how much vacation time we get limit? Wasn't me. I didn't decide I needed 2 weeks vacation, right? Somebody else did. The corporate America, corporate wherever you live, decided that 2 weeks was enough vacation. My European friends that are watching, I'm so happy for you guys, because in your culture, you get a lot of vacation and a lot of time off, and that's amazing. But even that, right? Wherever someone has placed a limit, that is what I want to ask you about today. Because is the sky really the limit? Is the limit that you have been taught Is that really the limit? Is there more for you than the limits that have been placed on you? And I want you to just start to think about that in every area of your life. What is it that you have decided is your limit, or what has someone else put on you as your limit? And someone else meaning culture, your parents, your religion, your family, whatever it might be, that you are very aware that you're like hitting up against a limit. And I want you to think about that. I started off with the example of vacation, right? So if there were no limits, if nobody said it's only 2 weeks, how much vacation would you want to take? Would you want to take? Where would your limit be? I want you to think about that, because here's the thing about the sky being the limit. Ready for it? And I have this quote. I want to say his name correctly, so I'm going to look at it. It's by Naveen, and it's an Indian name, so I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. But Naveen Jayan, and this guy, builds machines that operate spacecrafts, right? And so these machines operate the spacecraft, and his business, multi-million dollars, is to go mine gold and minerals and special what do you call that? I'm drawing a blank right now, but just, mine materials off of the moon. So he puts cameras in these machines as they go to space. And he says, we're being told the sky is the limit. But to the human eye, when the spacecraft is going up into the infinite, right? Or even going to the moon, because there is no point to the human eye looking at these cameras where we go, we've reached the sky. We've passed the sky. We're now past the sky, because it's an optical illusion. The sky, right? It's actually just a state of the atmosphere. But to the human eye, it's an optical illusion. And here's why I found that so interesting, because it goes back to, if you've been told the sky is the limit and there is no sky, think about that. If the sky is the limit and there is no sky, technically there is no sky to the human eye, then where are the limits? The limits are being placed by you, by me. We are the one creating the optical illusion of the limit. And that's what I want you this morning. I like literally just want you to think about that. I want your mind to be blown by that. And I want you to start to think of, where do you have limits? Is it in your finances? Are you thinking the limit is the limit that I see for myself in this lifetime is this much money. The limit that I see for myself in love is this. The limit that I see for myself in my health is just, I can only achieve this much because I'm now this age, or I'm now whatever, I'm in this health condition. Where do you have limits? Where have you placed limits on yourself? That is what I want. Is there a difference for entrepreneurs? Not sure what that question means, Valerie, but here's what here the point is, whatever area of your life, I literally just want you to pause for a moment and just ask yourself, because your higher self knows where you're placing the limit. And I literally want you to shatter it. I want you to be in your own spacecraft going up, and I want you to go, oh my God, what have I been doing to myself? There are no limits. There is no sky. Everything is possible for me. Everything is possible. The question that happens for me when I start thinking about that, right? Like when I ask my guy, hey, how about a month? And even Jackie Kilrain, who I hope's watching. Jackie tends to watch every Monday morning. She posted recently how excited she was that she was going on 10 days vacation and that she hadn't done that for a while. And my response was, hey, how about making it 20? And it was like, Jackie was like, oh, wow, yeah, I guess why not make it 20? I want you to commit to just keep pushing the boundaries, keep pushing the limits, and to recognize it's you placing them on yourself. Yes, we came in with some agreements with well-meaning people that told us what was possible. Oh, Denise, I love that. Denise says, as an entrepreneur, you decide, right? You're the boss. I absolutely, that's one of the things that we say in our community is, I am the one who decides. And I am deciding there's infinity. I don't even like the word limits. There's no the sky is the limit. There are no limits. I don't even like limitless. I only like infinity. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. We could be on this live this morning talking about 1,000 things that could happen in your business, in your health, in your relationships, in all the areas of your life. There's so many possibilities, but you limit the possibilities by you creating a limit. Mm, I love that. Hey, Jackie, Jackie, hopefully you just heard what I just shared. Um, so where are the limits? Everyone, I want you guys to type this. All of you. Ready? My imagination is the only limit. My imagination is the only limit. Somebody told you you can only take 2 weeks vacation. That's their belief. That's their rule. That's their whatever. You imagine taking 3 months and just traveling and having fun and being. You imagine a year. You imagine your whole life is a vacation. How about that? My imagination says I want my entire life to feel like I'm on vacation. Imagine no limits, right? Beyond the sky. So start thinking in all the areas. My imagination is my only limit. And my imagination has no edges, it's infinite. All of ours, our imagination is infinite. It's your imagination that gives you access to all the possibilities. If you can imagine it, if you could just sit and dream and go, wow, I wonder what it would be like to be in the most amazing relationship where I'm loved and treasured and supported and celebrated and just like goo goo gaga and all the stuff. Like, as long as you can imagine it, it's possible. My imagination, I love it. So, um, the other thing, I posted a meme recently and it says, if you're going to doubt anything, doubt your limits. If you are going to doubt anything, what do? We doubt if it's possible. We doubt if we can do it. We doubt if we have all the tools. We doubt if we're going to, be able to accomplish it. We have all these doubts. And the thing that we're not doubting is the limit. That's what I want to challenge you in this conversation, is to doubt your limits. Byron Katie, who authors a book. I cannot remember the name of the book in this moment, but she has, you guys will know the saying once I say it, where she says, is it true? Is that true? Is it true that I can only make this many millions this year? Is it true? Or is there another possibility? Is it true that the only way I can make money is by this, and this? Is that true? Or is there something even more infinite than that? Is there a multitude of ways that I haven't even considered? Is it true that it has to be hard? Is it true that it could be easy? Is it true that I could just get paid to be me? Like, what are the possibilities? See what I'm saying? Start challenging the limits you're placing on yourself and not believing them. Stop believing the limits. Byron Katie, Mildred. It's Byron Katie, Katie. Okay, that's my share for you guys this morning. I want to give you all a gift. Thank you, Candy. The book is Loving What Is by Byron, Bryon, Katie, Katie, if you guys want to get it. But here's what I want. I want to give you all a gift. Sometimes it's just being inspired that will make you, like, knowing that another human being has challenged these concepts and created something beyond your wildest imagination. I know that that does it for me. And give me a second. I want to be sure to show you guys. Here we go. So I want you all in the comments to type the word infinite. I want you to go ahead and type the word infinite. And when you do that, I have a gift for all of you. I want to give you something that really was an inspiration for me. And I want you to spend 2 to 3 minutes reading it today. And I want you to use that as like your your jumping board from which you go, you know what? Screw the limits. Screw the sky. Screw the sky. The sky is an optical illusion. I am shattering that concept and I'm going beyond the sky. So type the word infinite in the comments below. And then you're going to check Facebook Messenger. I'm going to send you a PDF. It's something that really inspires me, and I want you all to read it and be inspired and to shatter your own limits, to go beyond the sky today. All right, so I'm going to jump back over to comments. I want to see you guys go ahead and yay, there we go. Go ahead and type the word infinite in the comments, whether you're watching live or the replay. Type the word infinite in the comments, and we will get that article to you, that share. And then the other thing is read it, right? Make sure you take 2-3 minutes to read it. And then here's the next thing. Next Monday morning at 8 a.m., I'll see you right here in another section of my mom's garden for some more inspiration, some more spiritual coffee as we start the week off. But the biggest gift that you give yourself today, literally, when this video ends, sit quietly for 5 minutes and ask yourself, in these areas of my life, how am I going only to the sky? Is there more beyond what I've seen for myself and what I've claimed for myself? Is there anything else that's possible, right? And if there is, start imagining what's beyond that. What is it that you want that's beyond that? For me personally, I was thinking 3 months vacation, but even while talking to you guys, I went beyond that. I'm like, how about if my whole life just feels like a vacation? How about if I travel to Jamaica every weekend and do Facebook Lives on Monday from my mom's garden? Like, everything is possible for me and for you. Mwah. I love you guys. Go have a great rest of the week. Sit right here for 5 minutes. Just sit in this energy, sit in this questioning, sit in this vibration, and shatter the limits. Mwah. I love you guys. See you next Monday morning. Bye bye.